First things first, a morning forest walk. Let's get going. These dogs are super desperate for their walk. Hey Ziggs. So welcome to today's video. This is going to be a very simple day in my life vlog. I am someone who lives with an autoimmune disease called multiple sclerosis. I am on Ocrevus, but beyond that, I love to incorporate holistic wellness therapies into my life so that I'm caring for my mind, body, and spirit. I thought that it would be fun to take you along with me to just show you all the wonderful things that I do to help me feel my best and just live an overall happy and wonderful life. So I had a shower, I did my makeup, I took my wellness shot, which I showed you guys in the last video, and now I am just going to go along with my day. I have some university work to do. I'm also going to make my favorite brain fog coping cup of tea. Then later I have a wonderful cacao ceremony. I'm trying to also just be really calm today because I want to be in a very ceremonial space, because I know that I'm going to be releasing a lot this evening when we do the cacao ceremony, and I just want to come in feeling really grounded and calm. So I want to incorporate that in my day today. I do have a little bit of work to do, but so far I am feeling really calm and really grounded. I have taken a break from Instagram and TikTok. Social media is wonderful, but I also find that sometimes I start focusing so much of my energy externally instead of bringing it back into my inner world. And so especially for tonight's ceremony, I really just want to be in a grounded space, and I felt like it is going to be so healing and wonderful for me to just take a break so that I can focus all my energy inside myself. And so yeah, I'm feeling really calm now that I've just taken a break from Instagram after I did that wonderful forest walk and met the most amazing mushroom spirits. I am now ready to just have a really relaxing day, do some university work, and then get ready for my ceremony later. But first things first, let's go and see the bees. So beekeeping is actually a hobby of mine and a passion. I'm really interested in bees and their beautiful ways. I am also really interested in sacred beekeeping and being in communion and relationship with the bees. It's been wonderful to connect with them. We currently have a bee box because we're waiting to catch a colony. A colony did actually move in, and I had so much fun connecting with them and going to visit them every day. But then we had a lot of heavy rains, and we're going into winter now in the southern hemisphere, and so the bees didn't actually stay in that box, and so I'm just going to wait until the next season for them to hopefully move in permanently. But it was still really fun to open up the box and see them begin to like make their mark. They've put propolis all around the edge of the box, but unfortunately they haven't moved in. But I'm just flowing with it and allowing them to come when they're meant to come, and I'm not going to rush it. So yeah, I'm really excited about that, and it was just lovely to have the person come over today. and check on the box and just make sure everything's really good. I really love working with him. He knows so much about bees, and so it's just amazing to learn from someone who has been working with bees for so many years and to just like share that kind of love for the bees. So yeah. So this is the wellness shot that I have been drinking. Inside here are about 3 or 4 lemons and a massive stalk of ginger, as well as 10 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. So you can also add turmeric, and all of that has anti-inflammatory properties, which is just wonderful for if you have a chronic illness, an autoimmune disease, and especially for MS. So I have a little bit of work to do. So I've just put the kettle on, and now I'm gonna make the most amazing, wonderful anti-inflammatory brain fog tea. It is so wonderful to have if you suffer from brain fog. And then I'm going to get started on my university work. I highly recommend this recipe. And yeah, I really think that it has helped me so much, especially cope with my MS symptoms when I have to focus on university work, which can be really difficult when you have that brain fog. So please try it if you struggle and you need something to just help you focus when you need to get some tasks done. So my brain fog elixir is a tea bag of rooibos. You can also use black tea. And the special ingredient is some turmeric. This stuff is like liquid gold. I just use a very small amount because it's very strong and has amazing healing benefits. So a tiny bit, and I pop that in. When you're working with turmeric, you want to have a crack of black pepper. Helps with the absorption. And then a key ingredient is your coconut oil or coconut butter. You can also add a little bit of coconut milk, and you really want that fat because it helps with brain fog. You can also use MCT oil because it's basically like a bulletproof tea or like a bulletproof coffee equivalent. But I just like to do a little twist and make it more specific to MS kind of symptoms. Then I also like to add some natural honey. Just make sure you get natural organic honey. This is from a wonderful farm. I have a video up called Camping in South Africa where I get this honey, and the land is so beautiful there, and so I feel really confident that this is good quality, high quality honey and completely organic. And then I love to add some oat milk just to make it really delicious. Like I said, you can also add some coconut milk or a tablespoon of coconut cream. Some time has gone by and I am really hungry, so I'm going to fry up some veggies and rice. I just want to eat something really simple because I have the ceremony later. I don't want to feel sluggish, so yeah, I'm gonna do like a veggie fried rice kind of a dish. I might add an egg in there. I'll see how I feel. So let's get chopping. So I have just eaten and I have my ceremony coming up soon. So I just want to organize my space so that when I get home it's nice and neat for me. I usually try and make my bed and clean up my room in the morning, but today I just had to get out of the house, working and having to take the dogs for a walk and everything like that, so I didn't get a chance to organize my space. So I just want to do that now. I also have some dishes to do, and that will just help me feel super good when I get home, because I want to be in that peaceful mindset and not have to worry about like cleaning up and things like that. So let's get started on cleaning my space. Having a clean and organized space has also been such a major thing for me with my autoimmune disease, and also things like meal prepping. It's important that your space is really user-friendly and is going to contribute to giving you that healthy lifestyle and healthy mindset. I like to be organized, have my workout clothes next to the bed. So when I get up, I don't have to think and I can just put them on, do some yoga, light stretching, go for a walk. I like to have some water next to my bed just so that I'm always hydrated. I also have really been loving meal prepping lately. I didn't meal prep today, but meal prepping has been helping me so much. So if you have a chronic illness or anything like that, meal prepping is so important because it really helps you when you're getting lightheaded and feeling super sick and don't have the energy to nourish yourself, to actually feed yourself foods that are going to support you and are going to make you feel good. If you are sick and you are absolutely hungry and you're rushing to get something to eat, you're going to go for the thing that is the easiest, but it might not always be the thing that makes you feel the best. And so I've just really been enjoying meal prepping so that I know that I always have something really healthy to eat, because I know that it's going to positively contribute to how I overall feel. And I'm so sorry, the sun is coming in, so I'm like trying to dodge it. Let's get started on organizing. The space is feeling so much nicer now that it's all cleaned up. Owen is sleeping peacefully on the floor. So it is nearly time for me to go to the ceremony. I am going to go and collect some sacred objects that I would like to be blessed with in the ceremony, and I'm also going to collect some flowers that I can offer to the altar. Currently the next day. I didn't get to finish the vlog after the ceremony. The ceremony was a couple of hours, so by the time I got home it was the evening, and I just really wanted to center and ground myself after everything that came up in the ceremony. It was just absolutely beautiful and so deep, and I wanted the time to just integrate it and take it easy, so I had a beautiful bath and a relaxing evening, and I decided I would just pick up the vlog again tomorrow. So here's the next day. I have been spending the morning doing some university work. It's actually been really cold, but the weather is looking so much better, so I'm going to get changed into a dress, something light, airy and fairy vibes, and I am going to go outside and have a wonderful rest of my day, so I thought it would be fun for you to come along with me. I have got changed. I have my costume underneath here, and I'm just going to go and enjoy the sunshine and just have a lovely day in the garden. Spending some much needed time in nature, and in the southern hemisphere we are moving into winter. Going into winter is a very interesting time because I think that winter serves us so much, and I know that in the northern hemisphere people are going into summer and that is so amazing, but in the southern hemisphere we're going into winter, and winter is just such a special time to really come back home to yourself and plant the seeds of your life, of your dreams, of your goals, of your intentions. Really allow them to sit in the soil and kind of be nurtured and honed in, so that when you come into spring and you come into summer, you kind of like bear the fruits of your labor. And so for me, spiritually, winter is a beautiful time to just come back home to myself, get grounded and get centered about the intentions and the dreams that I want to birth, and use winter as a time for me to think about all of these things and figure out how I can move forward with my dreams and my aspirations and my projects. And it's also a time for sacred rest. Winter is so important because it teaches us what so many of us are sometimes unwilling to do in our everyday lives, and that is to just stop, take a break, slow down, return to the self, and rest. And there is something so abundant about embodying rest and taking time to rest, because when you take time to rest and you have that abundant mindset, you understand that in resting, nothing is going to be taken away from you. You're not going to lose out. In fact, what's actually going to happen is you're going to be nourished and replenished so that you can give more to the world and give more to the people around you. And so winter is just this incredible time that we can both plant the seeds of our dreams and aspirations and the intentions that we want to birth into the world, as well as to take time and just come back home to yourself and rest and just allow yourself to bask in the cold, in the coziness that you're cultivating inside, to really nurture that inner fire that's going to keep you warm throughout winter. And so that's also something that I'm kind of figuring out, is what is my inner fire? And your inner fire are the things that bring you joy and the things that bring you prana and energy. When you have a chronic illness, sometimes you can lose sight of your prana and your inner fire, your inner magic. And it's important to cultivate a life where you are giving time to yourself and really tending to that inner fire. So that can be through yoga, through movement, through walking, through journaling, through sitting down and having a warm cup of tea and thinking about your day, thinking about your dreams. It could be having meditations, it could be going and having a nice bath. It could be going to the forest, it could be sitting, it could honestly just be laying in bed. But all of these things, it's important to be doing things that are tending to your inner fire, because through that you have more to give to the world. You have that inner warmth, that inner light, so that you can shine and spread that magic to the world. So I'm just thinking about this now as we move into winter. I'm just kind of walking around, embracing all the plants, gazing at them and just thinking about what I would like to cultivate. And that was also a lot, and a lot of the stuff that came up for me in my ceremony was to just share more of who I am, to not be so afraid of judgment. Even things like this now with my YouTube channel, I've always wanted to make YouTube videos and it brings me so much joy to be sharing them, but I have spent so much of my life hiding and being afraid of being. What's become really true for me recently and what I have really been thinking about is that I no longer care about what other people think of me or how I'm perceived, especially when it stands in the way of me sharing my voice, my expression, my art with the world, because I'm afraid of being judged. I think that a lot of us have fear of being judged, but we can't let that stop us from shining our light. And so I'm just ready to step into my own power and share my voice, a way that I'm sharing my heart in order to reach into the hearts of others so that they too can feel moved and inspired to do the things that they would like to do.